Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Heresy. Last time, the long-awaited debrief. The whole band had got together, talked to the Inquisitor, and in no small part thanks to Baltus's warp-fueled delusion, put together who is probably the one after them. The entire Grey Knights. It's not great for them. But, you know, who needs to be alive when you could be serving the Emperor?
That is the spirit.
They also got some news. The planet that was next on their agenda has had a privateer swoop in and then be promptly ass-fucked by Eldar. He is known to be a collector of xenotrophies from his anti-piracy campaigns. So you've presumed fairly that he would have swept up many of the Tau artifacts on Scythia. We've also presumed that the Eldar have probably kidnapped him. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought I was muted. There's a dog eating my blanket.
You've also presumed that the Eldar have kidnapped him to get some relics back. The Inquisitor's adjutant did determine that part of his trophy room was built out of Eldar materials. And you all know the Eldar, stingy knife-ear bastards. They don't want anyone else building things out of their building materials, they're theirs. After some long discussion, you finally decided that your best response was to try to cut ahead of the Eldar. Go directly to Bane Moor, where the Privateer's villa is, and try to nab whoever goes there to actually get the Eldar materia. I think that was everything. So, does anyone want to do anything before you depart from Schindelgeist? Possibly for good.
Seems like Balti does.
It was just to. I just have some thoughts on Lev that need to be not really aired to the party, but.
Oh, the Inquisitor does have mostly open door policy.
Surprisingly enough, but okay. Because he knows what he is his official policy on it. All right, so Baltus is definitely gonna air some thoughts. He's not going to, like, what's the word, undermine Like he's okay with what has been set down, but he does have some thoughts on it. The chief among those is that Chimera was 100% in the right. These are like lots of unsanctioned fucking psychers running around. And knowing full well how dangerous they are, how dangerous psychers can be, even when trained, they are, unless there's a black ship around constantly or some way of having an extensive librarian, the Flame Falcons were going to have issues at some point. On the other hand, it is very convenient that the Grey Knight, that Chimera sort of disappeared after this. And the Grey Knights just happened to leave a dreadnought more or less defenseless, but alive, just in a large what's the word I'm looking for?
Hangar.
The heavily populated area. Like he sort of set back down into a little monastery, but he was still reachable. Like like they clearly found him and then just sort of like left him alone, or purposely avoided going to where he's at. Literally, like he was meant to be found, like an Easter egg.
What is this Easter?
Okay, that was a bit. All right.
I being a dick.
No, they
What
probably
are
don't know
you
what Easter.
suggesting?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That was a question.
That was a question. What am I suggesting? Like, it goes that perhaps maybe they're. See, he's still not sure if the Grey. Oh, I'm not 100% sure the Grey Knights are after us, but it's he honestly think. Well, maybe they are trying to hide the fact that the Flame Falcons are still alive and well. Like they're trying to protect them as they rebuild their numbers somehow?
After 5,000 years? It would take... It would not take anywhere near that long for them to regain full strength.
I'm throwing out. Baltus is like, I'm just throwing out theories that why leave a fortress alone, even undefended? These guys are remarkably thorough. And if the main reason for ordering the Exterminatus is mostly for untrained psychers among the populace, essentially, why leave most of the populace alive? There is.
The official reason was not to do with psychers. It was the falcon's gene seed abnormality, the flames that surround them. Chimera declared that such a deviance was a dread mutation and must be cleansed for the good of the Imperium.
But now we know it's not a. Now we know it's not. It doesn't appear to be in the genes, though, does it? It seems to be the populace, or well,
It's hard to say, especially this far out. We do not have a living flame falcon to examine, even if they would be willing to subject themselves to it. His brother Eustace may be pure and just, but entombed in the sarcophagus, we could not. It would be impossible to examine him.
hmm. Hmm. Should Baltus remind him of that freaky book that's still writing down the deeds of the Flame Falcons? I assume he knows, but
It was in Narcia's report.
so. There most certainly still Flame Falcons around, alive, doing the Emperor's work. I just think it's really convenient that they left the Flame Falcons, left an easily findable Flame Falcon around with most of their gene stock alone.
There is some truth to that. There is a depth to their plans that we cannot yet grasp. But unless you particularly feel like waltzing up to a Grey Knight and asking him, and good luck finding one to do that. All we can have is speculation.
Okay. I just wanted to air some of my some of my thoughts on the matter.
Yes, I understand. And I'm glad you did. It is worth remembering how much we don't even begin to know.
Okay. Well, sadly, with that, Baltus is going to take his leave.
All right. And I see Juno is being her usual good and lovely self. Yep. You can get everything picked up. Other than, well, the Iavus, which
Yeah, that's a lost cause.
yeah, it's now just a permanent decoration of the rad zone.
I will donate that to the Mechanicus. They can come pick it up in a couple 100 years when it's safe to handle.
Fair enough. They'll probably just send some servitors to transport it to somewhere more convenient. Servitors don't care if they get cancer.
It's true.
I keep biting my tongue. I mean, you can drive. It's just a bad idea.
I'm sorry, you're entirely correct. I can drive once.
And just get Casa to navigate for you.
All right, look, I used to do that with my mother when she first went blind. And it was just the two of us, and we had to go get groceries. So yeah, I mean, that's a thing you can do. I don't want to though. It's very dangerous. I think unless Juno really, really needs to go somewhere, just gonna let Cass and Eloa drive for me for a bit.
Fair enough. Yeah. If that is all you guys want to do on Schindelgeist, then it's time to set sail for the very short trip to Vindelax.
At least on paper, it's short. In reality, we might get there in 20 years. You never know.
That's true. That's true. Being a sleepy bitch, I not pre-roll this. So,
Oh boy. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
yeah.
At least we have Reeves' new and improved navigator. Because I remember he shot
Yes.
somebody. I think it was his navigator, right?
Yes. His navigator, his former navigator had a tragic bolt pistol accident after single-handedly driving them back into the previous decade.
Oh well.
All right, then. So, first, navigator needs to divine the auguries. The auguries are good. Nothing is exploding. Uh, Now, locate the Astronomicon. This is a pretty easy test. Yeah, that's a very shiny Astronomicon. Navigators aren't blind.
Are they not?
No, they have an extra eye, in fact.
Alright. Well, in that case, that guy probably went blind.
No, that's the power of the extra eye. It's safe for them to stare at the Emperor.
Oh shit, I need an extra eye then.
Well, if you go back in time to a couple of generations before you were born, maybe you can arrange to be married to have a navigator marry into your family, and give you a chance of becoming a member of the Navis nobility, and therefore not a sororita.
I will keep that in mind next time we try time travel.
So, navigation is good. There's one possible encounter. Wow, no encounters. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome because you are part of a team. Um, let's see, where's the table? All right. Well, this is impressive. You'll get there in 2 days. However, Juno as soon after the ship translates into the warp, that's the word, translate, you feel a wetness on one of your thighs. It's warmth to it as well.
That's probably not good. I'm gonna step into the nearest head and feel around down there.
I promise it's not Amelia's tongue.
You better roll a fucking stealth check to get away before I find you.
Good.
Aha.
Well, I knew something bad was going to happen when we went into the warp. I didn't expect that.
I really don't. Why has Amelia turned into a sex pest?
She hasn't.
She has, though. She really has.
Look, she just wants people to bang and have strong, healthy children.
I think Amelia just entered a second puberty when Graves died. That's all.
All the horny was just channeled toward the grave. Now that can't happen.
Alright, but yes. Normally I'd say, you're blind, you can't figure out what it is, but you're a doctor.
Yeah.
You can't type it, but you are when you start examining it, you can quickly put together that this be blood. And
whence from?
Not from you.
Oh, okay.
You're not bleeding. Though there is a decent chance it is your blood, as it seems to be coming from a certain knife sheathed at your side.
All right. I think there's a momentary sigh of relief from Juno. It's like, phew, okay, that's not coming out of my vagina. Thank God. All right. This is manageable. I can deal with this. This is just cursed bullshit.
I thought that's what they also called the female anatomy.
Oof. All right, I'm gonna draw the knife off my hip and place my fingers on the blade and try not to look at it, because that's probably a bad idea in this circumstance. I'm gonna see if it's actively squirting blood or something.
It's not squirting, but yeah. The knife is definitely oozing blood.
Okay. Gonna put that back in its sheath. Gonna get some paper towels out of the bathroom. Gonna dry myself off. Then we're gonna go talk to Adept Null at double speed.
Alright. You can find him with no problem.
Adept, a moment of your time, please.
What is... I believe I see the problem.
Yes, well, the sheath seems to be warded against, chaos vision. It's not doing anything to stop whatever this is. I think it's bleeding my blood everywhere.
Curious. I had considered the possibility of some etheric effect after translation, but I had thought the Geller field would prevent any. The Geller field and the wards would prevent such a blatant manifestation.
Is there anything you can do? Otherwise, I think I'm going to have to go get some orange juice and then try a repeat performance from Amelie's sword.
One moment. One moment turns out to be quite a few as he produces a vast array of equipment and examines both the yew and the knife. Well, there is nothing but to be done. This is simply stigmata.
Simply.
Indeed. The warding and the Gellerfield are still fully functional, and protecting from external influences. They cannot protect from the internal.
The fuck is this shit?
Well, stigmata is spontaneous wounds occurring, usually. It's usually seen as a sign from the Emperor. But, that's sort of supposed to be on people, not on knives. Forbidden War. This case, it's probably not from the Emperor.
No, I can imagine not.
If what Null is saying is true, and this is an internal thing, it is likely coming from the connection the Dark Marshal still holds to it, some manifestation of his influence now that you are in the warp and more vulnerable to such things.
Would attempting the ritual I used on his sword potentially sever his connection to the knife as well?
Likely not. You've already done the equivalent with your initial cleansing. His connection survived that, then simply doing more and indeed doing a lesser thing would have little chance of success.
In that case, could I try to sever its connection to me so I can, not have this following me around and bleeding all over me? Which really is the crux of the matter here. Like, this nasty.
There probably is a way. You don't know it, though. That's not really something that the Creed can teach. That's getting into proper warp sorcery.
So, Balti's kind of expertise, or would I need to kick this all the way up to, like, Reeve and his creepy buddy?
Yes, the Inquisitor would probably be your best bet. Baltus might have some ideas. That bonds like this, there isn't much law at all about voluntarily severing them. That's not a thing that people usually do.
Well, in that case, I'm going to call Balti and ask him to meet me at the Inquisitor's office, and thank Null for his time and scoot off post-haste.
Okay.
Um,
I want to make sure I have the skill in question. I wasn't joking. My skills have been neglected.
let's see. Forbidden law in Psychers or Warp would probably be the relevant things here.
I know you're not a skill monkey, but surely you have Forbidden Lore Warp.
I have one dot in it. Although I
Okay.
do have
Look,
expertise
that's
assist.
enough dots to assist the Inquisitor, which is all I care about.
That's all we need. Okay. Robot.
I think Casa has a dot in that too. Maybe Eloa?
I mean, Eloa has a dot in everything.
I mean, that's fair. Alright. I will ask her to come and help me as well. Seems Discord shitting itself. But we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I just want to switch servers because apparently Balti's having robot issues. Just do that real quick.
Alright.
Oh wait, you can't do that from that menu. You have to go into this one. Go.
I see Stray's green light blinking.
No, we got nothing.
Mm-mm.
Is it a hardware problem?
It's a hardware problem. I don't think the green light would be showing up.
I mean, if she's on push to talk, then it would be.
I guess that's true.
Okay, so it's not.
Still nothing.
Strange. Well, that's a bit of a problem.
Guess you're a texty girl for a bit. I don't know why it was working earlier.
Yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, I will call Eloa up as well to assist. Then go talk to the Inquisitor.
All right. Ah. Juno, you
Yes, I
appear to have been
apologize.
injured.
I apologize. I imagine I look like quite the state. No, I'm fine. Juno will gesture to the knife. I appear to have stigmata attached to me.
Ah. That is concerning.
Yes. Also quite messy. Normally I would be flattered by the Emperor's stigmata, but I don't suspect this is from him, and therefore, ew. Was hoping perhaps you might know a bit of ritual or rite to help me unbind myself from this thing.
Well, I can try. Bindings are typically hard to break, even if you are the one yourself bound. Surrendering a sundering a weapon touched by sorcery is complicated, and many of the details have to be tailored to the individual and the specific item to be unbound.
Well, I'm willing to try just about anything that you deem appropriate.
He is going to throw a knowledge check. Here are
2 assist bots.
yeah, it helps quite a bit. It's sufficiently important to deserve a reroll.
Hey, my boy.
This is a problem. This knife was never intended to be bound more than one way, and the connection to the Dark Marshal is entwined with the connection to you.
That sounds uncomfortable. So the knife is just a focus or a connection between the two of us, then?
It seems as much. It is not key. Well, it is not important in itself. It is simply where all strands of destiny are overlapped. Good news, though. I have deduced why the knife is bleeding. He is exerting himself. And seems to be attempting to contact you. If you looked directly at it, you would not just see the knife and the blood, you would see him.
Juno presses her lips together like, Frank, you idiot. Wait a second. Oh, you mean, look. I feel like that's an unwise decision on my part.
Yes, it most likely would be.
Since we're in the warp, can't we just throw this thing out an airlock or something and let him have it back? It's not going to do him much good in its state. Maybe it'll stay in the warp.
We could attempt that. If he seized it, it would be very likely that it would not return to you. And if some void predator consumed it, it may even be destroyed. However, that would also be quite unwise, Juno, considering that it does have a spiritual connection to you. I cannot say what would happen if a void predator consumed it, and I certainly would not recommend allowing a warp sorcerer to have it.
Those shoulders slump. So what you're saying is I guess I'm just stuck with a pleaty dagger following me around for a bit.
Yes. The bleeding would likely stop if you accepted the invitation to talk, but as you said, most likely not a wise decision.
No, I did not like our last conversation overmuch. Don't particularly look forward to a repeat. Well, I suppose thank you for trying, Inquisitor. I will, find a bag, I guess. I'm sure there's a... You know what? Yes, a blood bag from the medical ward. Just put that in there.
Yes. Well, it seems to be stopping for now. Has likely exhausted himself in the attempt. So soon after his defeat, the enemy will have little strength to spend on this.
I don't suppose we could just, while we're here in the warp, just find him here and put a few melt rounds through him.
If we could find him, yes. But the warp is vast beyond vastness.
I'm sure we could use the knife as a focus to try and find him, like a sonar ping.
Perhaps. Yes. But even with that, it would still take time.
Of course. Our mission is time sensitive. I'll leave Chaos Sorcerer hunting objections to your discretion.
He nods, and after sprinkling it with a little holy water to wash off the last of the oozing blood, give the knife back.
Gonna go down to the medical ward and get a actual, like, big old blood bag to stick this thing in case Frank tries to call again. If there's no block button on this phone, then I'm gonna just leave it off the hook.
Fair enough. So, that's the that's the only everything of importance I had for you guys before we'll make it to Vendilex. And given that it is just a 2-day trip, I'll be honest, you don't have really much time to get anything special done.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do I have my armor yet, or is that
We're
not
going to
here?
the place with the armor.
Okay, my bad.
I don't know if it'll be finished yet, but we're going to the place that was making all of our special shit.
You're like, we just got the order yesterday.
I don't remember when in the timeline I put it in.
A couple weeks ago, I guess. So they might have just received it a couple days ago.
Oh no. Well, I guess we'll see. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
It's cool.
And
Actually, I have a question about acquisitions that could have been maybe done on Shindle Guys. Do I have Puppo yet? Little service dog.
yes.
Okay, excellent. Now I can get around.
Uh,
Oh my god, if this fixes it, I'm shitting myself into a storm.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
I can hear you.
So, I just spent 10 minutes doing everything, trying on my cables, stuff like that. And then I remembered that my cable had gotten a little bit wound up, and my Japanese microphone has 2 different input slots. And right underneath, just where you can't see, there's this large flat part that plugs into the thing that plugs into my computer, and it was out by not even a.
Yep, that'll do it.
I'm so mad.
Welcome back, though.
Everything up again.
If you hear howling in the background, it just shows dogs. They're big babies when show's gone.
Fair enough. Yes, right. Seeing eye Puppo, he's slightly small, utterly adorable, outfitted with the very best neural packages. And equipped with the latest in boopable snoots.
Aw, yeah. Perfect puppy. 11 out of 10. Would boop again.
Sadly, you are not a Magos, so you may not have a doggo with armors capable of booping you back.
Oh, well. I will just give head pats and rub snoot. Until is good doggo. Is it a boy dog or girl dog? What for naming?
He's a boy dog.
Nice.
There's always the classic Rex.
Don't be basic.
I know.
Do drugs, be basic.
For a second, I was thinking, well, I'm Juno. Clearly, I should name this Jupiter. But wait a minute, no. Implications.
Oh no.
Do it.
No.
Clearly, you name them Pluto and piss off Mouse.
But also Savin, then he fucks everyone else.
I mean, at least said he's not fucking me. She'll be Ouster.
All right.
I mean, what did we name Augie's dog again? I fucking forgot already.
Um,
I know it was something to do with like Fenrisian mythology or history.
Named him something appropriate. You named him Blue Blood.
let's see if I have it written down anywhere.
Not I can go back through the videos and figure it out eventually.
I do not see it. So,
Okay. Well, whoever he is, he's got a new friend coming. That'll be nice.
yes. Doge buddies are always good. Yeah. Can zoom right on over to Intellects. You haven't been gone long, but even in these few months, the space over Vindalex is quite different than the Overseer Primus and the ruling Magi have made quick work of scooping up all of the detritus from their brief civil war. And that several new vessels are being laid down. The great space stations, shipyards. They are years from completion, but still, there are already hints of their majesty. But their majesty is dwarfed by the mother of invention. The much larger vessel appears to be a good way through its refit. And
Hi, Snips.
Snippy, hello.
Yo.
Goodness, you sound like you've just crawled out of a grave.
He sounds exactly as alive as I expected him to be.
I crawled out of a 7-hour drive. Probably not as bad as the grave. Or maybe
7
just
hour?
grave. Who knows? The grave is cheaper nowadays, isn't it?
I mean, hey, in the grave you get to lay down.
Technically, you lay down in the car.
Was it 7 hours by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
There we go.
Yes. You can already see where the
DCL, please.
Oh, sorry.
Wayne. Yes, you can. You can see the Mother of Invention's new battery of turrets is being installed. Great. The top of it is just writhing with an army of servitors bolting and welding new plates for the weapon mounting. Sorry, just give me a moment. Right. Sorry about that. Needed to blow my nose. Yeah. The Inquisitor and the ship's commander quickly resolve the formal greetings and provide credentials, get the space station to not blow you up, and after a little bit, Juno, your data pad will give a little beep.
Is it an incoming call or a mail?
Yes.
I will take it.
All right. You pick up into just a storm of yipping and barking. There's a human voice in there somewhere, but it's being quite drowned out by puppo noises.
Augie? I can't hear you, but I know it's you. Somebody's excited.
You'd say that the storm of Doge intensifies even more.
Hey, boy.
Seems someone is very excited.
I'll be seeing you very soon. Mama's coming home.
It's a little more of the muffled voice. And then, there we go. I'm sorry about that, Juno. He managed to grab hold of a microphone.
Nothing to apologize for. I haven't been that happy to hear a dog's bark in all my life. And that's nothing compared to hearing your voice.
Really, the pleasure is all mine. Oh, I am surprised. Your letter only beat you by a couple of days. I didn't think you would be coming back so soon.
Neither did I. Urgent business. There's no rest for the wicked in this work, I fear.
Ah, I do wish that the mother of invention was ready to sail. I would give much to be able to join you.
With luck, this should be a less taxing mission, I hope. But we have a few days layover here on Vindalex, at least. We should be docking soon.
I'm glad. I'll be waiting for you. You may not believe it, but I've found a surprisingly good eatery on the station. Some of the Mechanicus actually have a discerning appetite.
That is truly shocking. I look forward to it. We'll get to speak to you in person very soon.
I'll sorry. I'm having another of those days where my brain just glitches completely.
I feel you right now.
I'll see you there, my love.
And you, my love. Juno will hang up and wince at herself like, God damn it, the scene can apart. And probably do a little bit of a cry of joy and excitement in her quarters.
All right. I rather expect when you actually meet him and get all but tackle hugged by Rogue Trader and first puppy. You'll be on the brink of tears again.
Yep, it's gonna be one of those days. But these are good tears for once. Boy, does Juno have some emotional baggage to unload after all this. Just the biggest, squishiest hugs. Everybody.
Yeah. Well, though the rest of you aren't greeted with the same vigor, no tech adept is going to cuddle you. You are greeted with respect and the closest the Mechanicum can do to warmth.
I mean, they love toasters, so pretty warm.
Yes. You did a great service to Vindalax, and you are traveling with one of their people, at least by adoption. You are well liked here. Amelie will be informed as to the progress on your armor and invited to examine it. It's they received the request about a month ago, and it isn't ready yet, and won't be ready in time for you to leave for Ben Moore, but they are making swift progress. The materials have all been selected, the servos are constructed. They just need to put all of the rest of it together.
All right, I guess I'll be waiting for a little bit longer. Keep up the good work, though. It is a masterpiece so far.
My thanks. Informative. Actually, I should turn on my voice more. Your ears are very cute.
Why thank you.
It is unnecessary to thank. It is simple observation. Your cuteness quotient has risen by 17% due to their presence.
Wait, are you explaining to me that there is a universal formula for cuteness?
Not universal formula, but we have methods of analysis.
You really do try to quantify everything. That explains a little bit much more on Eloa.
Affirmative.
Juno, I'm not sure I only can recognize this as hitting on. But yes, the Catias are not only cute, they also serve a function. But I can hear our enemies.
Truly wondrous. Form and function align beautifully in the Omnissiah's service.
I plan to serve and live up to the legacy my predecessor left behind.
Are they Omnissiah?
No, but I think he would be respected for his service. Do you know of Graves?
Affirmative. He was blessed to pass the Crux Mechanicus from outside our order. A rare honor.
An honor he proved himself worthy of, and probably would have proved a little bit better had I been there to support. But the point is I thank you for your observations.
Affirmative.
Yeah. I guess she is getting ready because we're... Wait. No, we're already landed. Are we just chilling right now, or are we looking specifically?
Here you are mostly chilling, picking up the supplies and so on that are already ready.
Well, yeah, my suit's not ready. I guess I'm just heading back.
Yes. Those of you who had weapons on order, those are already finished. They're a bit faster to make than best quality heavy power armor.
Didn't I have a power saber in order, or did I cancel that?
I would have hoped you wrote it down.
Might have to go back to the videos. Because I remember... Oh yeah, I did get Graves' sword reforged. Because that was needed. Or was that earlier? Well, ignore me.
Well, I guess go watch the VODs and try to find out what you bought. It'll be ready for pickup. Just as soon as you remember what it is, write it down. And yes, Eloa, your cohort is ready for inspection. They are currently billeted at Forge Ravica and ready to be loaded up to whichever troop ship you prefer.
All right, I'll take a trip down there.
All right.
And yeah. So I assume. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
So I assume they're ready for inspection by the time I land.
Yes. Formed up, serried ranks, the legate at their front and the great armored conveyor at the rear of the company.
All right. I'm assuming I can just do the Auspex inspection without having to make a roll.
Yes. They are to specification.
All right. So, this obviously I have no meat bags with me that need to overhear this, so this is all going to be in Technolingua. Skitarii, you who are venerated soldiers of the Omnissiah, hear this. I am Magos Logis Eloa Delta Omicron. I spent great amounts of resources to arm you with the best equipment our order can provide, and now I will tell you why. In the pursuit of the quest for knowledge, to each of us falls a task, and now your task is the same as mine. The great explorator fleets cannot fulfill their charge while they are hounded by the Xenos. The beautiful forge worlds cannot commune with the machine spirits while the alien is among the stars. They have our duty, and now we have ours. It is our function to ensure that mankind rules the stars and rules them alone. There is no end to the abomination of the Xenos. Gird yourself with steel and circuit, trust in the machine god, and suffer not the alien to live.
as one, the Skitarii salute.
We will move ship in a cycle, as you were.
All right. I need to step away for a little bit, probably like 10 minutes or so.
Sound good.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Or we could just all sit in silence. It'll be great.
There you go. Merz, I'm back.
All right. Hello.
Yo.
So, what do?
I mean, I'm packing up my shit and waiting to leave.
Yeah.
I too am ready to move.
Yeah, I guess I just spend 2 days cuddling husbando.
Yes.
Actually, I do have one thing I wanted to do here.
You making a criminal out of your husband.
What?
Being straight is a crime against the Empire.
I think that's wrong.
But is it really, though?
Considering the Imperium critically needs babies, I think the inverse might be more likely to be true.
It's not. It would make sense if it was, but no. They're fine with it.
Well, that's nice.
Probably a holdover from when MP was like, yeah, religion is bad, who cares, do what you want. I'll just make babies in a lab.
Oh, right, no, of course. Duh, I forgot the Emperor's flaming gay. Of course it's
Yeah.
fine. Anyway, while we're here, I would like to get in touch with the Night House that owns Lupus Libertas. Because if he hasn't been reassigned a new knight yet, Juno would like to go and just have a seat in the cockpit, put the crown on, and see what happens in her current state.
All right. Yeah. They're willing to let you try that.
Sweet. As a player, I don't expect this is going to be helpful in any way, but I think Juno would certainly want to at least make the attempt to quote unquote try and see through her knight's eyes.
It's strange. You can't process the information it's giving you as sight, but the connection between a knight and its rider is quite a special thing. You can't see, you feel. It's very difficult to process, and certainly it wouldn't be safe for you to try fighting like this, but you do have an awareness of the night and the space around it, sort of sort of feel for where things are, where you should move to. It's not sight, but it's close.
Fascinating. That certainly gives me some hope for the future, then. Thank you, old friend. We'll take the crown off and give Lupus Libertas a big old pat on the command console. And probably go vomit or something from brain overload.
You step out. Met by one of the oh god, did I must have written it down somewhere. Yes, one of the von Tanstilled knights. The war machine likes you.
Yes, and I like him a great deal as well.
It is a shame you were not born a von Tanstilled. You would have been a fine fit.
Alas, but my house thanks yours for your consideration. It is deeply pleasing to be able to have ridden a knight at least once in my life.
Yes. It would have been a great tragedy for you to never have the experience.
Indeed. And with any luck, I shall find a knight of my own to bring into the house, put into the Emperor's service once more. But for now, we'll pat Lupus Libertas. This one will make a young man of your house quite the fierce steed.
We'll see. Who knows? It might miss you too much.
Well, if that's the case, I will be happy to come back for a visit. I'll miss him too.
You are always welcome.
Give him the big warrior handshake.
His aura, you get the impression of a broad grin, he says. You know, if you want, there are ways to You could always settle down and stay. There are ways to become a Von Tanstilt, even without being born one.
I appreciate the offer, truly, but alas, my calling is in his service, in the stars. I'm afraid the idea of settling down in one place is not my choice for some time yet. But unless I'm willing, someday. Someday I will.
Well, I'll look. I will pray that the Emperor watch over. I will pray that the Omnisire watch you till that day comes.
My lord, you and your house. May you serve his will and smite down his enemies.
Gives you a salute of the cog.
I will return the gesture. Depart.
All right. The days you spend at Vindalex pass in a blur. It's loading, unloading, reloading, arranging quarters, the Veritum Veritas for the Scitarii. It's fortunate that they are Scitarii. They won't complain about slightly about being slightly cramped. And of course, the giant fucking Doom train is quite a it's quite a feat to get that on board along with its transports.
Choo choo.
Seriously, it's fucking huge.
How many troops can it carry, by the way?
Let's see.
Does it say it in beep boops? Threat.
Can carry 20. Looks like from the wiki. So all of you guys plus a maniple.
Yep, carrying capacity 20.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to scroll down in beep boops.
Yeah, it's good. And right. So you are readying to head back into the warp. Message arrives. Sent from the battle group that moved towards Savia. Quisitor. Call you together to review it. They have arrived into the jaws of an orc invasion. No Eldar presence. They detected no Eldar presence, and the grain of truth was still in orbit, so heavily damaged.
And its captain?
Unknown. He had been apparently he was planet-side when the Eldar attacked, and they have not managed to get in contact with him. Oh. The orcs arrived 10 days after the Eldar, and they have left them quite busy. Most of the greenskin fleet has been destroyed. But the grain is crippled, and several of the battle group itself is severely damaged. And the orcs have made planetfall.
Well, that's not good. If it's true that there are no coincidences with the Eldar, I imagine they were lured there to cover their tracks and distract whoever might come looking for the captain. If it's true.
It is certainly plausible. I am glad we sent the battle group. The greenskin infestation would doubtless be significantly larger without their presence, and the grain would likely have been destroyed outright.
Indeed.
We have all preparations made, so We cast off within the hour. Prepare yourselves for translation.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Understood.
Will do.
I'll go get my last ration of Augie hugs and get a big fucking bag to put this stupid knife in.
Just like eat it or like.
It's a knife! I already put it inside me once.
Eat it, coward.
It
Do
cost me 5 fate points.
No balls.
Don't fucking no balls me. I didn't see you spending
No
5 fate
balls!
points.
Yeah,
One
what are you
encounter.
talking- Okay. Yeah, sure. It matters that it's on one encounter rather
One
than all.
Look, that's... You had a lot of balls over a long period of time. I had the maximum possible amount of balls all at once.
Look, I would have spent 5 fate one encounter if I had the possibility to do it. I kept burning until they worked.
Oh, God.
Okay, but
Oh, no.
sorry. Yes, yes.
Oh, well, we had it too easy the last time.
All right.
Can we fate point that?
Yes. Yes, actually, you probably should because
It's a crit fail.
yeah, that would be accidentally into a warp storm, which would be fun for me, but probably a bit cruel.
There we go.
Okay. Actually,
Manage not to die.
actually read the auguries. Let's see now to locate the Astronomicon. All right. He's not staring as much into it. But,
Oof.
all right, and it is 34 days. Un momento. Just need to work out how many encounter chances there are.
All of them. If there are no encounters, we create them.
I mean, we almost did the last warp thing when Juno suggested we throw a cursed dagger out of an airlock. That would have been fun.
Fun is the appropriate word to use there, yes.
I mean, fun for the GM when she gets to eat my soul vicariously.
Your soul must be delicious at this point.
It
That or
probably is really fucking tasty. Like, this is
That or it
prime
gives
soul
whoever
meat.
whatever like demon eats it gets like food poisoning from all the holy.
Either that or just immediately ascends to, like, Demon Prince. Just
Whichever way it works.
direct channel to the throne to suck off some power.
Would it be possible for them to make another emperor? I remember there was something about this in the lore.
There's a
Considering how
whole there's a whole inquisitorial faction that's Their whole goal is basically to create the perfect vessel for the Emperor to reincarnate into. Which, incidentally, is why I thought our Inquisitor was part of, because of all the bullshit I went through. But turns out, no, actually, he hates those guys. So, whoops. I was wrong.
Yeah, because originally it was just like what the few hundred shamans that sacrificed themselves.
I think that's non-canon now, but yeah, that was the original story.
Oh, okay.
The original story was 1,000 psychers all ritually sacrificed themselves to fuse into one soul.
That's
Who
what
the
it
fuck
made it.
knows now?
I think he's just a perpetual now.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
it looked a
no.
little.
Yeah, it's wrong. The new lore is the Thousand Psychers. The first one is he was actually made during the right before Old Night as some sort of weird genetic experiment.
That's not the current law.
That is not the current lore. No, I'm just saying the current lore is the thousands of Psychers, and he was born somewhere in Turkey. Modern
The
day
Turkey
Turkey.
thing's right, but I think the
Quote,
1,000
unquote.
Psychers thing got retconned.
Quote unquote. In truth, the Emperor's origin and history prior to unifying Terra is largely mysterious and undetailed.
Yeah, there you go. All the canon is right and wrong at the same time.
Yes, I love it.
You're not wrong.
I am sure there is somewhere in the Black Library an actual document that just says what it is, but we will never see that.
I'm sure the reason they're just things up. Meteor.
I feel like that's bad when we have no armor.
Yeah, this is an etheric reef.
I'd be terrified if I knew what that was.
It's a giant reef in the warp made out of damned souls.
Oh.
Oh.
In my ignorance, I had safety. In my knowledge, I have fear.
Welcome to Warhammer. That's how that works. You're better off not knowing.
You're like, oh, that doesn't sound that bad. It's made of undead, undead here to fuck you up. Never mind.
All right. About halfway through the trip, the vessel shakes. Alarm klaxons sound on every deck. And what's that noise? Oh, you're hot miking slightly, DCL.
Oh shit! Sorry. I should make it better.
Thank you. And yeah, sparks fly from consoles. Servitors run around in little circles, and 3 of the lower decks are vented. Thousands die.
Sounds like this is a job for Mechanicum overrides.
Hope your Skitarii are okay. Jesus.
Yeah, this is just basic ratings. Ship slaves.
Doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah, no.
Makes me feel a lot worse.
So, let's see what happens next. Another one!
Oh.
There's not going to be any ship left by the time we get there. Good God.
Okay, the navigator notices it this time.
Okay.
And the ships Yeah, and the helmsman steers around it.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Oh boy!
What? Oh no. What is it?
Warp rift. If the navigator does not circumvent this encounter, the vessel slews into a nebula of unreality. Each day, you get a warp incursion.
Oh no.
What?
That's bad.
Probably fate that.
Whew.
Alright, that's slightly disappointing.
I'm glad Emperor Daddy G was looking the first.
Yes. The void is troublesome. This voyage ship has been damaged and nearly swallowed by one of the darkest parts of the Aether. But and you're alive. You haven't actually exploded.
Well, that's nice, at least.
Why do we travel through these places?
Because it's literally the only way.
The Tau figured out a better way, apparently, but it just doesn't support an empire the size of the Imperium of Man. But do we
That's
really need an
heresy.
empire that size? No, not really.
That's heresy.
You can't have better tech than us. They have our tech, and just get lucky.
I mean, these particular Tau did steal our tech, so that's technically accurate. So yes, now let me go mute myself while I go shoot myself for heresy. Baby.
Saving me the trouble.
Alright. Yeah. Despite the troubles and damage, the navigator did keep an eye on the Astronomicon. And it brings you safely back into real space. Juno, this trip, the knife doesn't bleed. Instead, it vibrates in its bag.
Oh, that's great. Just no, get your own girlfriend. This is not. No, this is,
Emily
Juno is
just
not
happens to
engaging in teledildonics with Frank. I'm sorry.
Emily just happens to be walking by and her cat ears pick up the vibration. She blushes and says nothing because she never thought Juno was the type.
Shit.
Just walks away. Never addresses that assumption.
Okay, I could just stuff it in my pillow and in its fucking bag and leave it there. For a while. I can't bother anybody. Fucking
I mean, same to get
asshole
you on,
Frank,
brother.
leave me alone.
Nurse?
Say again, sorry?
Oh.
What, TCL?
Oh, I was just making sure you were alive because I thought Savin was trying to do a thing.
Oh, No, just putting Knifo in a baggo.
Okay.
And Baggo in a pillow.
Oh, he was serious about that. I thought that was.
No,
Oh,
I'm literally putting it in a pillow to make it shut the fuck up and then leaving it there for a while.
I worry about the validity of these tactics, but okay.
What the fuck else am I gonna do? Inquisitor was like, you just gotta deal with it. Okay.
Use it as a dildo?
No, that's what he wants!
I mean, we have.
I'm not
we have
giving
a-
Frank the satisfaction of teledildonics.
We have an
Refuse.
entire Eloa right here to
He's
give
gonna- He
you.
needs to go get his own girlfriend. I can't be there for him like this.
We have an entire Eloa at your disposal. She could be giving you answers.
We did. We in fact used Eloa. The Inquisitor himself, who is better at this than any of us, got a really good roll, and the result of that roll was, deal with it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Basically, Juno can't actually do anything about this by herself.
Okay, this is the proper response. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, we need to find Frank and kill him in the warp, or like somehow sever the connection between me and the knife, and we don't really know how.
Still
We-
not over.
well-
Thanks.
I mean, we could always find an Imperial Saint.
I mean,
We'll just go and hit up Celestine. It'll be fine.
relying on divine imperial magic is what got us into this position. I'm not sure that's how we get out.
Nah, double down.
Still.
Just go on a little road trip to Holy Terror and ask Big Daddy E to, make the buzzing go away.
If this were Brighthammer, that is what I would do. But this is Warhammer, and Daddy E doesn't know I exist, so no.
You don't know that. If anything, Amelie is the one who probably believes that Daddy G is watching us the most, considering the miracles you pulled off.
No, I mean, Juno obviously is 1000% a believer in divine intervention.
I mean, you should be. You have fate points.
I have fate points and literal miracles, so you know.
Be a little weird. But Juno was just like, nah, I never really found my faith.
No. If anything, I think her experiences have re-solidified her faith that no matter what Big E may have preached in the past, he is a god now, and she is a firm believer in what he symbolizes.
Only the truly divine deny their divinity.
Exactly. Thank you. That is exactly what Juno believes.
Direct quote from our man, Whiny Lorgar.
Well, no,
I
we
mean,
can't like it.
Look, if Juno survives until the Indomitus era, I'm sure she would have a really interesting conversation with Rowboat about this. But in the meantime, I'm not going to think too hard about it.
Alright. So, anyone, anything anyone wants to do on the voyage?
I should be good.
Other than training with Puppo so that I don't trip over him in combat, think I'm good.
I actually at first thought you were combining RA with alright.
No, it was just a typo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I guess it's worth asking. How good is Juno's second sight now? By the time we get here. Eh.
Within your radius, you can see almost as well as with real eyes. Colors are you can't do colors, but so long as something has ever been touched by someone with a soul, at least, within a year, you can see the thing.
Can I read?
I cannot wait for your husband to die during childbirth and for you to go blind out of grief.
That
was a joke for me.
Okay. So can I read, or is that still beyond Juno?
Sorry, I'm just still.
I don't know either.
It's the end of Children of Dune.
The husband dies in childbirth, does he?
Yeah, that's the joke, because Juno's the blind one, and she's not supposed to be.
I mean, hey, there is a movie of Arnold giving birth.
That is
Everything
true.
is possible.
There is an entire movie of Arnold Schwarzenegger and an MPreg fetish. So,
yep. Glad you phrased it like that.
There
was
was that.
no way around it.
No, that was 1000% someone's fetish movie.
Someone had enough money to pay Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they used it.
By God, they did.
Well, that's a fair point. Yeah. So, reading, it's a little inconvenient because you can read paper that someone has written on, but data pad or stuff that's been typed, no, you cannot read those.
I will probably invest in one of those like auto scribe servitors. And wait, do servitors have souls? That's
yes.
Okay.
That's why they are, permitted.
That's the entire point.
That's unfortunate for them. But for me, I will get an autoscribe servitor and use it as a printer.
Sure. I believe that's just a monotask.
To be fair, you also don't need a servitor for that. There are autoscribe servo skulls. So if you're if you would prefer a flying skull over a zombie, it's up to you.
Does the skull have a skull soul?
No. I don't think so.
No, it's just loaded down with automation and then hover platforms.
Yeah, so that would not work for me, unfortunately. It needs a soul. Which, unfortunately for the servitor, is that. So, yeah.
Now I get what you're doing. Yeah, that's actually a pretty clever solution, Savin. Good job.
Yeah. Do I need to roll influence for this, or is it just generally within my means?
Strictly speaking, yes, you do have to roll, but it's probably going to be quite easily within your means, you rich bit.
I'm good.
Okay, yeah. I was going to try to find like what rarity it is, but yeah,
Doesn't really matter.
no. Indeed, with that, enjoy your best quality, servitor.
Merzendi, I was also scrolling up in beep boops to try to help you out, but I'm going back down to look at my tri-arrows.
Excellent. Okay, well, that makes Juno's life a tremendous amount easier. Now I can write and read my own mail.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. And yes, as it is best quality, the servitor, it looks like a regular person for the most part. It doesn't look like a soulless automata with slowly rotting flesh and eyes that scream forever.
It even has a name. We call it Steve.
Steve looks like he is happy with his job.
I,
That's the one giveaway for that makes him clearly a servitor.
I think Juno would prefer I guess a female servitor in this case, because she's just going to be standing in her room all day, every day. But otherwise, yeah, that's good. I'm not sure if Juno's more or less horrified by that. He's still gonna put that servitor in a closet or something when not in use.
Fair enough.
Actually, wait, hold on. I should roll to see just how much of a fucking weirdo Juno's gonna be about this. Hold on. Okay, no. The servitor's gonna get like its own little cot and everything. We will treat it like people.
You need to give it its power station so it can recharge.
Yeah, exactly. Its power station just has a little bed and it gets a blankie. And then Juno doesn't have to feel terrible about herself.
All right. And for a female model, as well as being good at writing, it's also extraordinarily attractive. Like, it looks like someone who a noble lord would just have on their arm to go to the opera. That probably doesn't make it better.
No, that makes it worse.
Well, good. Okay. So, Bane Moor. It has always been the subsector's administrative capital, and since the destruction of Fularis in the Gothic War, it is now the naval base for the subsector. Yeah. Veritum Veritas emerges to the shadow of a battleship more than 10 times the size of your sprint courier. The Herald of Wrath stands sentinel at the core of a defense fleet. Ah. God damn it. Spider decided to climb me.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Odor.
And is now running around under my feet, so I'm going to have to be careful.
What kind of spoder?
No idea. It's brown. Probably just a common household spider.
I was wondering if it was what you call a cellar spider or like one of just the little common skitters. At least you don't have to worry about black widows, but fortunately they're rather solitary.
Yes. And, all right, that completely threw me.
Understandable.
Round the battleship, there are various escorts and cruisers that raid closer to the planet. Orbital defense stationers, heavy with missiles and cannons, and the slowly growing skeleton of a fortress starbase. It's been 800 years since Polaris was destroyed, and that Battle Station Moore is still in construction. Even in its even in its unfinished state, it is a marvel bristling with cannons and of berths for the vessels of the Imperial Navy to dock in their multitudes. In comparison to that great military showing, the planet itself is a little disappointing. There's only one particularly large settlement on the surface, Moore City. Various homesteads dotted out around. Those rich enough and stubborn enough to want to eke out a living far from the hustle and bustle of the great hive. Then the city, there are two main districts for your attention. First, the Duxville, where the rich and powerful make their homes. Villas, palaces, they line the streets, raised up in granite and marble, and the true heart of Bainmore, the Castra Administre, the Adeptus Administratum's fortress, from which all of the decisions that govern the subsector are issued, and where bureaucrats without name and number dwell. So, yep, Veritum put in towards one of the open bays. Inquisitor already putting in orders to have the damage to the vessel repaired and and the lost crew replaced.
He's doing that. Can I send a ping out to my bounty hunters and see if they've caught anything?
You get no response.
Fucking amateurs.
I mean, they're not. They are, by definition, professionals. You paid them.
They're just missing.
Sorry, they were just amateur quality apparently, and fucking probably all got murked by Eldar. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess I better go tell the Inquisitor that we have no time to waste.
All right. You can catch him, and had you told him in advance you were hiring bounty hunters?
Yes, in fact, I asked his permission to do so.
Right, yes. Troubling, but not altogether unsurprising. Even as a prisoner, a privateer is quite capable. He and his bodyguards may have killed them when they made the attempt, if his handlers did not.
Yes, still, we should make haste. It's possible that there's still a trail left warm for us.
Agreed. Oh. I'll put your warband on that. Try to find what happened to them. I will lead my element in attempting to locate in attempting to determine where the Eldar are hidden, if they are here in person.
Of course. I'll get everyone together.
Gives you a sharp nod, and yeah.
All right. I guess the Chimera would probably be a little out of place here. I know that Big Tank obviously would. So I guess let's pack up in the auto carriage and Eloa can drive for the keys. Let's get to the villa.
All right. So you are going directly to Maguire's villa, or
Unless we had a meeting point for the bounty hunters that was elsewhere, then yes. If I had somewhere specific I was going to meet them, or I knew they had like a headquarters, we could probably go there first. But
yeah, when you hired them, you would have gotten where they're based.
okay, yeah, let's.
I could also try to access information.
Yeah, in that case, let's have Casa drive, and you can try and pull up information on what might have happened to these poor fellows, and or anything that's gone on at the villa while we're driving to the meeting point,
All right.
or their
So,
base rather.
under what authority? Good job. Authority. Should I do this? We do have Inquisition credentials, but
Considering
I could.
if the Eldar are still here, subtlety might actually be important. So probably just Magos authority would be my vote.
I was thinking the same thing. All right. No one else has anything to say. Tech user security, Merzendi.
What are you actually trying to do to get this information?
This is standard Imperial world, right? As in, they have the Mechanicus and stuff here. This is like a primitive world,
Correct.
or like a world like ours, where Okay, there we go. I'll just use my Mechanicus authority to access information.
So you are just calling the Mechanicus and asking? And telling them, yeah, yo, I'm a big dick Mechanicus too, tell me shit.
Or I could just find where a data hub and log in.
Alright, yeah. You can indeed do that. What are you looking for?
Well, I suppose. Did they ever update you when they came in system?
No, that's the problem. We've not heard a peep from them after I hired them.
When did you send this out?
Before we left Schindelgeist.
All right. I suppose I would like to make a logic first to see what spread of data calculating in jumping into the warp and perhaps warp shenanigans, how long it would take them, and then do we have names? or at least descriptions?
Juno would have names, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So a logic roll first to see the times. Oops, sorry.
No, that was what I was about to ask you. So go ahead.
So a logic roll to try to figure out, given the best possible chance to the medium most possible chance, because the worst most possible chance is hundreds of years. The best way for me to look through the records for warp travel. No, would it be weeks, months?
Why are we looking for warp travel?
Because no, I'm making a logic roll for what to see what the period of time I'm looking through for them to have arrived. If they had the
no,
best possible chance.
I hired people who are on this planet. I
Oh,
reached out to this
okay,
planet to hire locals to just nab the dude.
Never mind then. I thought you literally hired people to come here.
No. I sent a message ahead of us to get people here so that they would be here before we were, and in case, which clearly happened, that our captain arrived first.
Very well. Then I would like to, with their names and everything, I would like to look them up on the local database and then do my best to obscure that I was ever there.
Sure. Looking them up is not going to be a challenge. Trying to hide your tracks, though, that sounds like it should be security.
Difficulty, please.
-10.
Okay, so flat.
Look at you being a smart bin. Yeah. You can trace most of them. And all your leads point to the same place. The morgue. They, of the, Juno, how many guys did you hire? Did we say?
No, we did not specify the who, what, and where of them.
Sure. Let's say there were 5 of them.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Of the 5, you can find 4 that are in a morgue. They are quite dead, and looking at the details, they did not die comfortably. The Arbites autopsy concluded it was probably an animal attack. They are torn to bits.
How very unlikely. What about the 5th? Do I have at least the last known location? Any servo skulls or anything, or like security cameras catch them?
Let's see, I think to try to track him down, I'll call for scrutiny.
Oh, thank God I have scrutiny. What is my perception? I would like to spend a fate point to add a plus 10 to this.
Sure.
Hey!
All right. Yeah. You can you you're good at your job. There's no two ways about it. And it does not take you particularly long. The last official sighting of him that anyone recorded was that he and one of the dead men were seen visiting some of the villas in the Duke's Villa. He witness reports that they appeared to be trying to find an employer, but you can push past that and going over camera and servo skull traces. You can determine that he is likely hiding somewhere in a city block. You know the block, but you can't get any more specific than that.
Alrighty, I'll relay this info to Juno.
Shit. Cast a change of plans. We're going to this hab block. Let's see if we can find our man. Get some straight answers.
Sure. Who are you bringing?
Let's see how many people fit in this fucking car. See, auto carrying 7 passengers, so 8 of us, so there's 6 PC. I guess the 6 of us, Casa and Jeff, so the whole crew pretty much.
Okay. And leaving Marco on the ship then, for now.
Yeah, I mean, is he even in fighting shape yet? He's, at least on the main page, he's still at like neg health.
It has been quite a bit now, like 3 months or so. So yeah, I should top him and Graves off.
And I
Nice.
guess I'll put it up to the group. Do we want to bring Marco or Jeff?
My surveillance abilities are above par, and Marco had, well, this was literally his job.
Alright, Marco it is. We'll leave.
Graves is an excellent soldier, and I'm sure we're going to need him very shortly.
Yeah, we'll...
Jeff?
Who did I say? Oh, Graves.
Right.
Jeff.
Would be nice if we still had Graves.
Yeah, we will.
We
We'll
still kind
leave.
of do. We want to spend that bullets carefully.
We'll leave Jeff up in the ship to QRF with some skitties in case we need them.
All right.
Can Jeff drive?
Probably. Let me check. Yes, he can operate surface and aeronautica.
All right. Well, Like, we're not bringing down the fucking train, but what are we in right now?
Right now, we're just in the basic auto carriage. So yeah, I'll give Jeff the keys to the Chimera.
Yeah.
He can have that shunted down if we get in trouble.
Sure. He when you gave him those grin. Yeah. All right. Wonder if I can fit this in one of the drop pods.
Oh,
Probably not.
Try not to scratch the paint trying. Unless it works, then I don't care about the paint.
But yeah, I do believe Marco's a better choice for finding someone who's good at hiding.
Yes, that is a correct assessment.
All right. Yes, you can bring your sneaky sniper to the hab block.
Hey, and at least this time, fucking Ceiko has a spotter.
Yeah.
We don't just leave him alone on a rooftop.
Yay.
We think we're going to keep him from getting nothing personnel kitted, but it turns out Marco just does it for us.
They just ignore Marco like he's not there.
And I was implying Marco was the one who's going to stab him in the back, but that too.
Oh no, it'd be like that. Who's the Magos we had to fight that just teleports? Teleports right through the entire
Yep.
our kill squad just to stab him.
Don't worry, no matter what we do, the enemies will find some new and creative way to kill pets.
I'm just the Worf effect, really.
Yeah. You're so good at what you do that in order to make everyone understand how threatening something is, they have to beat your ass up first.
Exactly. And then there was the goblins.
Well, no.
All right. The hab block. It's just for one block. It's 100 stories tall, though. And, well, you just know he's somewhere in there.
Hence the investigations and bringing our guy along.
Can I make a charm roll to make the locals give him up?
Look, we have to make the sky rain blood again. We will.
Let's save that for a medium to last resort.
Also, let's save that for after we do investigation and scanning rolls.
So is this hab block particularly poor or rich or somewhere in between the looks of things?
In between, well, it's on the poorer end, but it's not quite in the slums.
Right. All right. Well,
again, hab blocks are just used variously in 40K to describe. There have been hab blocks that have only been, a couple of, a couple of not skyscrapers, but 7-foot tall buildings to entire sprawling landscapes. So what are we looking at?
It's a block that's about 100 stories tall. Seems like.
It,
Yes, Balti, we can read that. All right.
Okay, I'm trying to send a message on Discord, but it's not going through.
So yeah,
We're
I'd like to start out the investigation. Just talking to some locals around here, see if they've seen a guy. Maybe grease some palms by using my influence as the basis for the test, because that's a thing the dropdown says I can do.
yes. If you are just going to bribe people, then yeah, you can roll charm with influence.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Take some doing, and you'll find yourself with a significantly lighter purse. It's not really sufficient to actually impact you. It's just you're carrying money. Well, thrones do talk. So, can determine that, yeah, people have seen him around. He's, you can't pinpoint exactly where, but there's more reports of people having noticed him around the lower levels. Indeed, past the 10th story, it's there's a lot less, and past the 30th, no one up there has noticed him.
So now we can bring out the Auspex scans and just kind of do a floor by floor scan for him, I guess. See if we can pin him down.
and I would like to ask Marco's opinion.
If he's hiding, he's probably got a friend that he's staying with. Tenements like these, they've rarely got empty rooms. And if there is one, it's only a matter of days before some new peon is assigned to it. When you're hiding, you don't want someone moving in. When you're hiding, you don't want to be somewhere someone would move in and spring enforcers on you. I could also be in a basement if there is one, hiding among the maintenance servitors. There wouldn't be anyone going down there. Even if a Mechanicus care enough to service them, they'll get them to drive themselves out to a workshop. Won't come here, not to a place like this.
Understood.
Right. Once we go into the building proper, let's post up security at the doors, make sure he doesn't leave while we're inside. Then let's do the auspex scans in the inhabited floors. I think staying with a friend sounds more likely and safer.
I will have to go floor by floor.
Well, with hope it'll be within the first 10.
While I could presumably do 2 floors at one time, despite the make of this, which is of excellent design, it is not a ship-based auspex. And I presume if we were to request a ship-based auspex, that would be noticed by, well, everyone.
Just do your best, Eloa. We'll have them in no time.
Alright, so there's not really any risk of you failing here, but it does matter slightly how long you take, so go ahead and give a roll.
Casser can
Okie dokie.
assist, at least.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm not having
Eloa's gonna do that thing that tech priests do to, tech priests and monks, you completely cover yourself in your robes and you just walk along because despite the fact that tech priests are everywhere, the praetor armor she's wearing is not.
Yes.
Unrecognizable to the layman, but if we meet any other Mechanicus, well,
You say that like Baltus isn't walking around in artificer armor.
Yeah, but you're not the one slowly scanning an entire building. People will just assume you're a noble. Alright, first tech use. Negatives, Merzendi.
Yes, +0.
+0. Alright, I'm gonna plug myself into my auspex. One point higher, you guys. We were this close to greatness.
Could have caught the guy like mid-coitus.
Alright, you do... You take a little bit, not really long, but, will eventually find one of the rooms on the 6th floor that by its size is quite clearly set up for just one inhabitant, has 2, one of which seems to broadly match the your bounty hunter.
Alright. Well, was everyone following me around, or do I need to signal you?
Juno's following you around, at least.
Amelie is falling from the shadows.
All right. Rather than give him heck'em spook'ems by like knocking on the door, I'll just gesture to one of my mecha dendrite that has a lockpick tool on it.
Have we found our man?
One of them matches the description entirely. At least, what I can see through Auspex.
Are you sure entering unannounced is wise? They may have a security measure.
This is your contact. In the end, it is up to you.
Alright. If Eloa will defer, then I think Juno will just put her back to the wall beside the door. Just give it one good thump with the bottom of her staff and say, "It's Andric. I think I have a friend in there."
All right. Just give me a minute.
Yep, Plain Chan.
There we go. It's gone far enough away, but I'm not subjecting you to it anymore. All right. The yeah, you can hear a sound of movement on the other side of the door, and it opens slightly. It's still bound by a chain, surprisingly sturdy one. By the look of it, likely something that has been added by the person living here and seeking of a young woman. She looks over the pair of you and slips what is unmistakably a bolt pistol back into its holster. Andric, you actually came back for him, huh?
I did. As soon as I realized what had happened and arrived in system, we set out looking. No one responded to communications, so sorry it took us this long. May we come in?
Yeah. Doubt I could stop you anyway. She pushes the door to, undoes the chain to allow your entry.
Eloa will send a brief burst of message, sending everyone else down. And will bite her tongue at how efficient we were at finding them.
Yes. Inside, there's a gruff man. He's topless, save for a number of bandages, and has a rather large shotgun just resting on his knee.
Hello.
Why is he covering for Brokeback Mountain?
Hmm. Well, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, sup.
Ah, sorry. I thought that was an internal thought.
Yes, I'm deeply sorry about what happened to your friends. I don't know what happened, but from what we were able to uncover in trying to find you, it doesn't seem pretty.
Yeah. I'm lucky I got away with just being shot.
Banter is all well and good. The details from the beginning, please.
Well, we got your message. Started looking around at the area, trying to find a good place could pick him up. Went undercover, trying to poke out of work mercs, wanting to join one of their household guards, so we'd have a reason to be moping around at the Dukes. Saw Lander come in for the to the Maguire Villa. Aquila fancied the gills. Figured that'd probably have a man on board. So we set up. What we found of his tastes, he likes to have himself a bit of fun. Would only be a matter of time before he left. Went down to slums, pick up a few boys. Only when he came, wasn't him. It was a senior house official. Still, seemed like he was worth getting. Not your man, but he could tell us what we needed to know to get the man. And then, as soon as we made a move on him, I get tagged by a sniper, and something comes out of the shadows, and everyone's dead.
Did you have a portable box recorder?
I did, but ditched it. I But didn't want to have any way that thing could come find me.
Describe it in your best detail, please.
Man-shaped, but I didn't see much. Was bleeding. Then I was running. Had claws and a sword and a chain blade. Cut it all to pieces. Wasn't a killer, it was a butcher.
Hey Merzendi. Could I make a because I know this out of character, but could I make a depths of knowledge roll to see if I can ask him if the chain blade made any sound?
I can just throw Lore Eldar at it. In fact, I will. This sounds officially knife-eerie.
Let's see.
Not mine, that's something.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh!
Oh!
Wow, that came out perfect timing there, little pup.
Oh, heck.
He's too cute.
Right.
It sounds like one of the assassins that attacked Ceiko.
Narcia, certainly sounds like it could be an Eldar. One of their warrior aspects is known as the striking scorpions. Fight with a brutal claw that also contains a gun and a chain blade.
And the chain blade specifically is silent.
How noisy was the chain blade?
Well, it's silent until it hits flesh.
I don't know. I don't know if they even bothered turning it on. Not till it was buried in deep. Then it was just screaming.
All right. I know I gotta keep throwing lore, but I want to, like, everyone knows the Eldar ears are pointy. That's in the guardsman's primer. But I'm not
Correct.
sure every guardsman knows, or anyone else in the Imperium knows, what their armor looks like. You know, the big pointy cone heads. Now, I am from right next to the Halo stars, but they're known for other horrors other than Eldar.
Yes. It would be quite unlikely for a bounty hunter to know about Eldar armor.
Oh, no. I just wanted to know if I knew to ask what the helmet looked like, or if it had but yeah, their fancy hats. If I knew what to ask what their helmet looked like.
You probably would, yes.
Was the armor fully encased?
I don't know. It moved fast. I didn't get much of a look at it. And, well, he gestures at the wounds Juno is examining. Was a little preoccupied.
He only got shot, right?
Yes. Juno, looking at it, looks like it's human. Certainly doesn't match the characteristics of Eldar shuriken weapons. It's a single high caliber wound.
Just glance over my shoulder and say, it's a single high caliber slug. Probably part of the household guard. Well,
I can't remember if he told us where the exact villa was.
I mean, we know.
Yeah, that's something you can just open the yellow pages for.
Okie dokie.
Alright, just gonna give this guy the peerless Juno stitch up while I'm here.
Alright. He appreciates this very much. However, it is pretty likely he will never be able to raise his left arm above his head ever again. Quite a lot of muscle is just gone.
We'll give him some pills for that, or well, to help with the pain and aches. Right. Well, I imagine the scene of the attack has likely been cleaned up by now. We should go straight to the villa then. Think we've heard enough, eh?
Quite. And in our Dead Space earpieces, Eloa is going to pipe up to Juno. Her helmet is fully enclosed, so she'll just cut off the speakers. You already paid this man, correct?
Juno nods slightly.
Very well. And Eloa will turn on a heel and start to leave.
Alright. I don't think anyone will be coming after you after this point, but you should keep your head down just in case. I'll offer to protect you if you like, but where we're going, I'm not sure it's going to be any safer than here, so...
Yeah, rather try my luck alone.
Understood.
If you want, I don't think the arbitrators bothered to look at our old HQ. We're pretty happy to just say it was a freak animal incursion. There's all the stuff we found, all our recon, that should still be there.
Right. Key codes, key cards, any security measures?
Yeah. Key card and pair of crack grenades on every window. They're pretty easy to spot. Wanted to make it not worth it for someone to break in rather than try to clean up after they go off.
Smart. Thanks for the heads up. take his key card and give him a pat on the shoulder that's not all fucked up. You just rest. That should heal on its own, mostly. Just don't stretch your arm too much. There's some permanent damage, but with rest it won't be too severe.
Thanks. You aren't half bad, actually.
I try not to be. Stay safe, friend.
He nods. Yeah. Can head off. It's your bit away, Marco will chip in. I don't like the sound of that. Rogue animal attack. It's a lot less effort than Arbites usually put in.
They were probably paid off by the captain. Told to look the other way. Money is power, after all, and a privateer has plenty to spare.
Fair. And as well, that attack could be more than just the knife is. It's, some sounds like that description would match some of Mayor's, some of my old boss's assassins as well.
Exactly my thought. Which is why I asked for some specific details on their armor, and it was clever, Narcia. I had forgotten that Eldar chainswords make no sound.
Most of the Eldar weaponry tends to be rather dull in that regard. Very silent.
And clearly quite deadly.
Only to unarmored targets.
I'm going to be honest. Compared to what I thought I was going to have to fight first, this one doesn't sound so bad.
You'd be surprised.
As long as we have the initiative on them, they seem to be more of a lightning attacker. If we can take them by surprise, we might be able to eke out a bloodless victory on our side, but I'd hate to let them have a chance to attack us.
Hey, that's exactly what I've been training for.
The Eldari are more physically frail than mankind on average. However, they are terrifyingly fast.
That is indeed true. They are imperceptibly fast in some cases, almost as fast as graves.
Oh.
That's without cybernetics.
Well, that is something to be assured of then, for I'm faster than graves.
I have awoken some of my machine spirits to things I cannot say. I should be able to target them before they attack, however. That is all I may be able to do. The element of surprise should be on our side.
That's all we may need.
Shall we go to the bounty hunters' headquarters first, or simply head straight for the villa?
It is best to gather as much information as possible. Presumably, they do not know we're here yet. I covered our tracks well.
Makes sense. Let's do so.
I don't know about that. Sure, you're good, but I doubt you're the only one who could have found him. If I were running the op, I'd have had an eye on that bounty hunter.
They're using him as a bit of a doorbell.
It's what I'd do.
Your logic's impeccable.
Right, to the villa first then. Time is of the essence.
I'll go back to hiding.
All right.
Get in the car. We drive.
Well, I think that is a good place to call it. Get the actual villa itself next time.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's do experience. Did you explore a new and interesting location? Yes.
Hell yeah.
Did you uncover a new truth about the Gothic sector?
Not yet.
And we found out Frank can use his dagger like a teledildonics device and or a telephone. That's new.
That's not really a truth about the Gothic sector, is it?
Well, I mean, it's a truth about something going on in the Gothic sector, but fair, I suppose.
Did you develop a relationship with an important NPC?
Not really. We just followed up on a pre-existing one. Namely, a professional one.
Yes, and I'll be honest, the bounty hunter is not an important NPC. He still doesn't have a name.
Nope.
He's obviously dubbed the
But we
bounty
could
hunter.
give him one.
Probably
We
could have
could
one day.
adopt him.
Dog.
No.
No, it's Doug.
I'm
Copyright.
sure we could have gotten XP for this if I'd picked up the phone, but no. Don't want to develop
did you-
that relationship.
Did you discover a new page in the PC's story?
That I think I can score in for the Dagger shenanigans, because now I'm haunted by this bullshit every time we go into the warp.
Yeah. That's fair. You definitely advanced your investigations. But did you make sacrifice for the greater good?
We didn't.
No.
Whole shitload of ship ratings did, but they're dead, so they don't get XP.
Look, you live long enough to kill plenty of hate the greater good.
Then that sounds like 3 scored for 150 experience.
Oh, by the way, remember when I said, when Narcia said, weapons are not good against armor?
Uh-huh.
She's purposefully underplaying the threat. Just for thought.
I am glad we did bring Marco for this, though.
Yeah. Marco's a good guy.
Tremendous help.
I wish getting tracking skills wasn't so expensive for me.
Yeah. Alright, well, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for tuning in. There'll be no 70 tomorrow. I'm going to be out of town. But we will see you next week. Till then, have a good one.